Jordan, thank you.
All right, we are switching gears, talking more about the road conditions, what's coming our way. What's the timeline, Lacey, as folks are waking up this morning?
Well, waking up this morning in western Oklahoma, it's already here. The heavy snow is flying. In the metro, we'll start to get some cold rain at about 7 o'clock. Roads will be wet for a long time in the metro before they really start to get slushy and eventually snow-packed later today. So 7 o'clock, roads become wet. As we get through mid-morning, we start to see the transition over to snow, kind of a mix of rain and snow. I think we transition to all snow early afternoon in Oklahoma City, and that's when the roads will get the worst. Roads will actually be the worst this evening and tonight. So kind of through the day, this just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Guys, it snows across the state until early tomorrow morning, and it's already flying. This shot is an ODOT camera along I-40. That's a snowplow right there. There is 1 to 2, looks like maybe even 3 inches of snow on the ground in portions of Beckham County. Marty Logum is out. He is down in southwestern Oklahoma, and across the metro, we're dry. Let's check in with Marty. Marty, the snow is getting heavier. You're in Duke, America. Give us an update.
Yes, I am. And off to the right, you can see they still have snowflakes up in town. I guess they're trying to match what's falling here in the town of Duke. And Lacey, I've dropped down to 34 degrees. Snow is starting to accumulate on the grass. The roads are just starting to get a little bit of slush on them. I'm going to move north, see what else I can find. Back to you.
All right, great update there, Marty. And you can see the heavy precip now. It quickly went from rain to all snow. And the roadways, as he mentioned, they're wet, maybe a little slushy. You're still going to be able to travel for quite some time, even though the grass will really start to see that snow stack on up quickly. Same thing will happen here in the metro. Back to the computer. Currently, if you're traveling across Oklahoma, good to go, with the exception of the far southwest. This is where roads are now becoming snow covered. In far western Oklahoma, where Marty is, still just a few slick spots as far as slush is concerned. How much snow has already fallen in just the last couple of hours? 1 to 2 inches. A lot of that has melted on contact, but there's a lot more moisture yet to go. Winter storm warning is out. It will be out now all the way through the day today into tonight, and it will start to round out and move out as far as the precip goes early tomorrow morning. So here we go. The winter storm is underway. We're seeing rain on radar just above our heads here in the metro. It's still evaporating before it reaches the ground. As that process happens, it actually cools the temperature at the surface. So we are in the upper 30s. That will change as the precip begins. So you're seeing that hole on radar. That's signifying dry air. So as the precip starts to fall, it's evaporating. Eventually, that all fills on in. So starting to get a little bit of rain showing up out west. The pink line is the freezing line. Temperatures are still in the 30s, even some 40s down in southern Oklahoma. And zooming in a little closer, we're getting the changeover to snow in Sayre, in Elk City, back to Clinton. May start to get a few snowflakes there at times. By the way, visibility is down to a 1/4 mile out near Elk City and Clinton. Southwestern Oklahoma, that is a rain-snow mix also, mainly snow coming in right over Marty between Altus and Hollis. So here's your travel timeline for Oklahoma City. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. today, the precip begins. Roads will just be wet. You can travel between 10 o'clock and 2 p.m. Heavy rain transitions over to a wintry mix with snow, some slick spots and slush, but roads are still okay, I think, through early afternoon. And then between 2 o'clock and 6 p.m., heavy snow in Oklahoma City. Roads start to get worse, and by tonight, early tomorrow morning, I think we are snow-packed across central Oklahoma. Our Lucky Star Sky Cam Network live from Integris. It's 39. It is dry. We've got mid-30s across central Oklahoma. See how the snow came in and just dropped the temp down to freezing? That's what's going to happen across the rest of the state as we go through mid-morning. Winds are 5 to 10 miles per hour, and your hour-by-hour forecast, rain to a wintry mix through midday. All snow this afternoon, and temps just flirt with freezing once we get there. We may transition back and forth a little while since we're close to freezing, and I don't think roads are going to just be completely snow-packed and impassable. Nothing like that. Today, this is kind of the winter storm we like to see because it sticks on the grass, sticks on the rooftops. The roads are okay for a while. They do get worse. So 9 o'clock this morning, light rain, a wintry mix into the afternoon. The blue on the map is rain mixing with snow, all snow out west. And by late this afternoon and evening, it's all snow across central, southern, western Oklahoma. And it does not end until about 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. We may still have some flurries around early Wednesday. How much snow? No major changes here. 3 to 6 inches is what what we're expecting for the counties in purple. That does include Oklahoma City, down to the south, 4 inches. And there may be a couple bullseyes that get 8, maybe 9 inches of snow. There'll be a quick drop off to just barely any at all down in far southern and southeastern Oklahoma. Same thing happens up to the north. So through the day, it starts to fall. We get some melting. It kind of continues to stick on the grasses, the tree limbs, 3 to up to 6 inches in the metro, south metro 4 to locally 8 inches. And eventually roads do become slushy to snow packed into the evening. Heavy enough snow because of the amount of moisture. Again, if you were to melt all of this down to liquid, which will happen, of course, eventually tomorrow, in the rain gauges, up to an inch, maybe even 1 to 2 inches down into southern Oklahoma of liquid. It's a soaking storm. And because of the heavy wet snow, tree limbs could come down, may give us some power bumps or power outages. And the latest on the timing for you, snow out west now through 7, between 7 and noon, a wintry mix in Oklahoma City, all snow out west. Between noon and 5 o'clock, we're kind of flirting with wintry mix to all snow. Eventually does change over to all snow into the late afternoon and evening. And that snow continues overnight tonight into early Wednesday. And guys, it's just getting started. Temperatures tonight in the 20s. So I think roads are a mess early tomorrow. Then we warm it up and we start to melt. A lot of melting mid-morning tomorrow through midday, 39 degrees, back to the 40s, the 50s into your weekend. Another strong cold front, possibly Arctic air Sunday into early next week. All right, we'll talk much more with our trackers and have the latest on this winter storm right after this.